The event will be held at Port Frenzy. Festivities start at 6 p.m., live auction at 7, with live music to follow, and hors d'oeuvres will be served. 100% of the proceeds raised will be invested back into Fort Dodge Community School District schools. Tickets are $40 and can be purchased at the door the night of the event, or advance tickets are available for purchase online at fdcsfoundation.org. For KVFD from the Jerry Sheeter Newsroom, I'm Rob Jones.
Here's the AM 1400 KVFD weatherology forecast. High of 68 this afternoon under partly cloudy skies, winds out of the east 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy again tonight, lows around 47. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, high of 72. Mainly sunny skies and calm Sunday with daytime highs approaching 77. 81 Monday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 67.
Michael Devine, Nevin Mulholland, and Randy Kuhlman talking sports at AM 1400 KVFD.
That's right. We're talking sports. I would like to mention that, we're on the air here, Nevin.
Sorry about that.
Doyle Diesel will be having an event tomorrow night at the Webster County Fairgrounds. It'll be a truck race. I don't know how great the event's going to be, but they have hired the most impressive announcer, in the Midwest and perhaps the country. And we may even be talking the world. That would be me, of course. I don't think that's an overstatement of any kind. You guys might be harsh.
I heard you were good at, is that a truck pull or a truck? What is that?
It's a truck race, I think. It's
okay.
They must be paying big bucks to bring you in.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't come cheap.
I don't have to be brought in from far away. So.
No, but
do you have to pay for your own ticket or do they cover that?
No.
Get a meal out of it?
I put my foot down when it comes to paying for my own ticket.
All right.
And I don't pay them either. I'm very strong on that either.
You got some standards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not very high, but you got it,
All
right?
right. Somebody said last week the Clippers were going to be trouble. Where they got in trouble, and now they're gone.
I was one of them that thought the Clippers.
Well, I was.
I'll be right up front on that. Boy, that one surprised me.
Well, there was I read a couple of articles this week that the Clippers just seem to run out of gas. That Kawhi Leonard and Paul George didn't score a point in practically the entire last quarter.
Nobody did in that fourth quarter of that seventh game. Talk about getting tight. They got tight. And, Paul George banked one off the side of the bank board late in the game when they needed him to hit a shot. I mean, they were just horrible. They couldn't throw it in the ocean. And they missed not only those two, the whole team, but they were missing layups. It was a disaster.
It was a very, very poor performance, and I was very surprised, really. I was Leonard early in the series was Leonard. I mean, he's really an impressive ball player. One of the best in the NBA, no doubt. But that last couple of games, he was awful. What do you think? Were they just too tired? They hadn't been brought along correctly.
Yeah, I didn't watch very much of it, so I can't tell you. I just like to see some new teams in the finals, and
they got the Nuggets are looking good.
Yeah,
Denver had terrific chemistry, I thought.
Yeah.
When I watched, I mean, this is a team. They have great chemistry. And the other team that has great chemistry is Miami.
Yeah.
And now, does Denver have enough to take out the Lakers? I don't know, but I'm telling you, this Jokic, you watch him it's the guy down at the Y here.
Yeah.
Okay. Laying 30 on you. I mean, he is something remarkable. He really is fun. It was so fun after they won the seventh game. I don't know, Mike, if you watched the interview, but they were interviewing him and Murray, and they asked a question. I think it was Rachel Nichols, and Jokic jumps right in. He's answering it. He answers the next question. Then he turns to Murray and says, "Hey, you gonna say anything?" And Murray's just sitting there smiling, shaking his head, and says, "You're not giving us much opportunity."
He was a little amped. Yeah. I think I saw clips of that on ESPN.
Just good chemistry there. They're a fine team. I tell you, they love Monty Morris. You watch him and Van Gundy and Jackson. They rave about this kid could probably start for half of the NBA teams. So they're deep. They're a nice team. I don't know if they got enough to.
Are the
Murray's
Lakers-
got to keep playing like he has,
Right.
along with Jokic.
Are the Lakers deep enough?
What I wonder about the Lakers is, Anthony Davis will guard Jokic, won't he?
I would think so. I mean,
And
they've got Howard. They got Howard. You know that.
Did they both start?
I don't know if they start them together now or not. To be honest with you, but
I feel like they can neutralize him, as far as keeping him off the boards and staying with
Yeah.
him in the pick and roll. But we'll see.
Is Davis healthy?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
He was kind of laid up there for a while. I didn't see him.
he's actually had pretty good series. Most recent one, he's
it'll
been playing
be
pretty well.
the key to the Lakers is if at times they can't shoot,
Mm-hmm.
and so if they struggle shooting the ball, especially from the three, Denver will have a chance. If they get Kuzma and some of these guys knocking down some threes, who's been playing really well for the Lakers is Rondo.
Right.
He's been a real spark. For
Rondo,
him.
love that name.
I mean, how old is he now? He's got to be 35, doesn't he? Or more?
Well, at least I
Yeah.
would say at least. And he just was a thorn in Houston's side.
Houston was
Westbrook.
terrible, by the way.
Well, he had Westbrook just wild
Yeah.
because he guards hard.
Yeah, but beyond that, Houston just didn't look worth a damn either. I mean, they have some outstanding players on their team.
You know what? But the Houston model is such that you've got to stop Harden, and you get to this level in these divisional playoffs, and I think you can deal with him. And then
They took him out of the game.
right, and then they're a little rudderless. It's tough on them.
And, I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong because I haven't watched Houston a lot, but I don't know if the chemistry has been ever that very good with them once Westbrook came over. I just don't know. I thought they had better chemistry before Westbrook came to Houston.
I'm not sure it was very good with Chris Paul though either. I think
Well, that's true.
there were issues allegedly between Harden and Paul.
Yeah.
Harden could be tough.
Harden can be tough, and I don't know. Maybe Westbrook has trouble playing with others. I don't know.
Well, they
there's
both
no
have to have the
doubt.
ball. That's the problem. Both Harden
Both
and
of them.
Westbrook have
Right.
to have the ball in their hands. And
Well,
there's only one ball.
And
so-
Westbrook plays extremely hard. You won't
Yeah.
find a guy who plays harder, but he's out of control often.
Yeah.
He's hard to play with. You don't know where he's going.
Yeah.
He's
And
he's running about.
He's never
99
seen a
yards.
bad shot. He doesn't
Right.
know what a bad shot is.
yeah.
I'll tell you the guy you want to watch. It's really good, and you scratch your head now. Is Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he's
Jimmy
playing
Butler
really well.
makes the Miami Heat, and was it last night or 2 nights ago they played? He was terrific
Yeah,
down the stretch.
made the big
He
steal, and
a couple of them,
Yeah.
Brandy. Just
Yeah.
the guy. I just can't figure out how does Butler go down to. How does Philadelphia and Minnesota not keep him? And it just tells me that there
Or
were some
Chicago
chemistry
too.
issues.
Yeah. There's
Chemistry
in
is-
He was
Chicago
never close,
too.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's where it all started. The
couldn't-
Bulls
yeah.
sent him to Minnesota. Oh my golly, Minnesota's horrible. And they have talent, but evidently he didn't think they played very hard. Same thing at Philadelphia. Now he's down in Miami, and
I don't know if the
You know-
Timberwolves were any good since Kevin Garnett. That's the real
Yeah.
question.
they weren't that good then.
Oh, Garnett was a star player.
But not the
I'll
team.
tell you, the guy
The
that's
team was
the
like
guy that's really underrated as a coach, and I can't think of his name now, is the Miami coach. Though,
Spoelstra.
yeah, Spoelstra. He's been there for a long time. He had to replace a legend in Pat Riley, and he's done a heck
That's
of a
right.
They
job.
claim he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Really?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
believe
you
it.
listen, they'll say, saying just what you're saying. Even in these down years, they said Miami has been competitive. They just haven't
Yes.
had the horsepower. But between Riley and Spoelstra, maybe one of the better organizations, they say, in the NBA.
Pat Riley's probably out of basketball now.
Oh no,
Oh, well, he's the
general manager.
general manager, president of the Miami.
Oh, he is.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
he
Okay.
calls all the shots, Mike.
Because he's
Personnel-wise.
74 years old by now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's in there somewhere. He played for Kentucky, didn't he, when he was young?
Yeah. Pat Riley,
I
you
think it
did.
was-
You
yeah,
bet.
he did play for Kentucky.
He was
yeah.
might have been an All-American for him now I think about it. Yeah.
He was a stud in his day, though, when he played, or not played, but when he was a coach. He was a big, tall guy with his big hair and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
He was
a legend in LA, no
Yeah.
question about it.
and he's
Yeah.
been just as successful as a general manager as
You
he
think
is
so?
coach.
Yeah.
Also, he is. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about
But I mean, he's been a very good general
And
manager,
the Heat have
president.
been decent, but they've been championship caliber year after year.
Well, he put together LeBron, and that was quite a run.
Dwayne Wade and
Yeah,
He
LeBron. And
orchestrated that.
who was the
But that's
lefty? I
been a
forgot
few
his
years
name
ago.
now. Though.
That's how long ago has that been?
Yeah, it's been a while,
Been a while.
but then you lose those two guys.
Well, three. Who was the left-hander?
Well, the center, long, tall.
Oh, yeah,
and
long-
he had, that was the health issue.
Yeah, he was a
Jesus.
good player too. I can't think of his name now. But
By the way, we do
Georgia
pre-record this segment sometimes, but not today. We're live in the studio. So if you'd like to join us and make a comment about how, smart I am, it's 955-1400, 955-1400. Randy and Nevin always tell me I'm wrong, but they're
No.
they're wrong. They're
Mike, I got to compliment you wearing that Iowa State hat after last Saturday. It's
it's been pretty rough. Look, Nevin texted about Kansas. Look what happened there.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, I said they were bad when
Yeah.
I texted. They were. You thought Iowa State looked bad. I thought Kansas looked worse.
They did.
Kansas
Well,
got
I turned on Kansas. Oh, right.
Oh,
Well, I'll take a break from this terrible football and flip over to Kansas. They're probably cleaning up Coastal Carolina. They were getting beat all over the field.
Oh,
it was an awful Saturday.
It was.
just a terrible Saturday. Just a terrible
Well, it
Saturday.
doesn't bode well for the Big 12.
No, it really doesn't. The
Other
Big
than-
12 look awful.
Yeah.
And we don't even. What's going to happen now with the Big 10? Okay, they're going to play football finally, and it's going to start next month. What day?
Kind of
next
the
month?
end, kind of the third,
24th, isn't it?
24th or
It's
something of
October.
October. Yeah,
Wow.
they're going to play 8 straight weeks. No
They're gonna
breaks.
Play 8 straight.
Yep,
weeks.
8 games, 8 in a row, eight straight weeks. And what they're trying to do is squeeze everything in so they can get basically Ohio State in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Qualify, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these teams are totally unprepared to play football in the Big 10.
including Iowa.
Including.
Well,
I mean, Iowa hasn't been practicing.
Right. And nor has, I don't think, like a Maryland or now Nebraska has.
So is Wisconsin, I understand.
so I'm sure Ohio State has been too.
Yeah, I don't know. But I know Ferris has some reservations about being ready to play. And so it'll be interesting to say the least. And then, then if you test positive for COVID, right? I always thought it was 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. No, the Big Ten's going to hold them out 21 days. 21 days, you're out.
3 weeks.
That's half the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stay healthy.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just
Or like Nebraska, just don't tell anybody you got it.
they and I don't know how much they're going to be spending on testing, but they're testing every athlete in the Big Ten. So count how many that is
Yeah.
every day.
You know
Every
what?
day they're
Yes.
testing every athlete.
It's gotten extremely reasonable, I am told, with what they're coming out with.
An
The ma-
antigen or antibody test. Or
Yeah,
something,
well,
is
I can't give you definition.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. I was talking to Doug Ramos about this 2 nights ago, and he says that the machine itself might cost $400 or $500, but then the canisters or whatever is where they'll make their money because they'll do so many. It'll be so much per unit or whatever. So I'm sure it'll be somewhat costly, but
You should have Ramos call again. He was a good guy.
yeah,
He was,
yeah.
he was-
Well, now that football and basketball are both in play, because I've been talking to him, and he told me he predicted basketball would open up. He
he's
said
down
On
in Omaha
time?
still.
no, not on
Oh,
time.
no, okay.
No, he actually is saying the 24th or 25th November, which I think where they landed.
okay. That's
Yeah.
not
Dr.
bad.
Ramos is still in Omaha
He is.
practicing.
He is.
Okay.
He is.
Right.
Well, how about the Atlanta Battle for Atlantis is going to be in Sioux Falls, which is fabulous.
Really?
Yeah. So get
Oh, what?
Well, it's not quite
Well,
the
listen-
same venue, but
No, it's not. But what Sanford is bringing them in, Sanford Health, and so this is your lineup: Duke, West Virginia, Utah,
wow.
Creighton, Ohio State, Wichita State. Who am I missing now?
My gosh.
There's 2 other stud teams here.
Are they letting
Yeah.
fans come in?
Well, you don't know yet.
Yeah.
You just don't know. It's still up in the air. It's the Paragon or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice facility.
Yeah. Oh, they say it's a great facility, but yeah, so goes
I mean,
the
it's not
story.
big. It
They're
holds about what 6,000.
3,000.
Oh, 3,000
Yeah,
was all.
yeah. But they're going to bring in all these 8 teams.
Boy, that's a heck. Of a
It'll be a
tournament.
heck of a tournament. and it'll be a great thing for Sioux Falls.
We should get tickets if they'll let a few.
Well,
people
good
in.
luck on
Good
that.
luck,
Yeah. Yeah.
If they let
How
you
many,
have
how
tickets.
many seat capacity is that?
I like I said, I think where they're going to play is like 3,000.
It's not big.
It's not big.
It's
It's
fairly new.
I mean, that's the capacity, or that's how many they're letting in?
that's the capacity.
oh, it's
Yeah.
a smaller place.
yeah. It's a
Hawks
real
played
funky.
there.
Yeah, Colorado.
Beat Colorado there a couple of years ago in a event they had there. Kind of, it might have been the grand opening of the facility or something. Maybe I can't remember.
I don't think it was. They had
Okay.
a couple, but they bring in 2 teams every year.
Okay.
Yeah, in the November or whatever to play. And it's a really funky arena. It's very cool.
Has Creighton been playing?
No,
I didn't think so.
no, that's another thing. Some of these basketball teams have been going 5-on-5. Now, I don't think Iowa has, because I think everybody's been in quarantine to the basketball team. Creighton, they are not allowing them. They're doing pods of 4. They can only have 4 in the gym at one time. And so they haven't. And so it's kind of hit and miss across the country. Now practice will open up, I think, October 14th, right in there officially.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I did watch a couple of pretty good quarterbacks last night for quite a while.
Yeah.
That Burrows is really good.
2 good young quarterbacks.
I mean, he stepped up to the plate. You
Yeah.
never know about a guy coming out of college,
Right.
you know.
I
I
agree with
remember
you, Mike.
Steve Spurrier years ago. He was a stud in college. He got to the pros, not so much.
Yeah.
He turned out to be a great coach.
Right.
But Burrows had all the right moves again last night. If there's one fault, I noticed that he held the ball too long a couple of times.
Well, the problem he's going to have is that they don't have much of a running game.
yeah,
I mean, they threw the ball, what was it, 56 times last night?
61, maybe.
61.
It was a big number. I
Yeah.
didn't watch the game, but I was listening on the radio.
I watched it. It was they had no running game. Their offensive line is weak. And
well, the teams actually, the Browns and the Bengals suck. There's no other.
I don't know. I thought the Browns looked pretty good.
I
Jeez.
really didn't. I didn't think Baker Mayfield looked that good.
God,
didn't
I
think
had
he
a
looked-
great game.
And I'm not trying to say he performed poorly,
Yeah.
but he just wasn't a stud in the game. Burrows was. Burrows was the stud in the game as far as I was concerned.
Well, I don't know. I thought Mayfield had a heck of a game, and I'll tell you, they got 2 outstanding. I wish the Bears. That Kareem Hunt
Yeah.
is really good. He played for
Kareem
Kansas
Hunt's
City,
a stud.
and he's their backup.
Yeah.
They got that
Kareem's
Chubb.
a backup.
They got
Yeah, Chubb. Nick Chubb is their stud. He's their starter, and he looked really good. And Kareem comes in off the bench, and I wish the Bears had him. My goodness, is he good running back? They got 2 outstanding running backs, and they got Odell Beckham there with Cleveland. They've got some good receivers. And I don't know if Cincinnati's defense is that bad. It probably is, but
It looked pretty bad.
yeah, they just moved the ball up and down the field and scored points on them all night long. And
The Bengals are
Bengals,
really Burrows was the only bright spot in that
yeah,
team.
I agree.
Both sides of the ball.
Did Mixon play?
He played, yeah.
He's
Joe
a good running back, but I know he hasn't done much, has he?
When you're running into a brick wall at the line of scrimmage because your blocking's not there, it's tough to look good. But
Yeah. God, yeah. Here's how wrong you can be in life. I thought when the Chiefs cut Kareem Hunt, they had no chance. They won the Super Bowl last year without him.
yeah,
And they did it handily too.
It's not like you to be wrong on a call like
Oh,
that.
don't give me that. Listen, you have the audacity to tell me the Clippers are going to be a force, and now you're going to tell me.
I'll tell you what, though.
That's kind of a letdown.
I'll tell you, the Chiefs got a nice running back though in the draft this year. That rookie
Clyde.
out of LSU, my
Clyde.
goodness, got a 3 double name. double
Clyde
hyphenated
Edwards.
name. Ooh,
Hilaire.
yeah,
Clyde
Hilaire.
Edwards Hilaire.
This guy is a good running back, boy. So they've, they're making good decisions down there. Because what did they pick up Mahomes at? He was first round, but he was down a little bit.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah. There were a
It
lot
wasn't
of
like
quarterbacks that
Trubisky
went
being
ahead
the
of
second
him.
pick,
No.
like my Bears. Although Trubisky brought my Bears back in the fourth
you
quarter.
can't complain about his fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Well, but he's been a little bit of a disappointment. I know that's your team and everything. But by the way, what happened with David Montgomery? Is he still around the Bears, or
Starts for him.
does he still start?
Well, yeah, he shares.
hurt.
He's been hurt a little bit. He shared. Yeah, he did. That's right. He got
had the
hurt.
groin.
He pulled the groin. Yeah,
I think he's full blast this week.
yeah.
I think
But
you'll see him look pretty
They
good.
had him pegged as a starter before he popped the groin there, but
Popped a groin.
You know, it's he's. But I didn't get to see the Bears play. They weren't here on TV locally.
I had them on at the lake.
Did you? You got them on the lake?
I know it. Isn't that crazy?
But they must not have played real well until the fourth quarter.
They were not good until the fourth quarter. I did not watch the fourth quarter either when Trubisky got it going.
And the Vikings, oh my gosh, the Packers handed it to them. I'll tell you what.
I watched that game.
I watched it too, and that was one of the best quarterbacking games that I've ever. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, every throw was right there. And I don't care if it was a big window or a small window. He put it where it had to be. It was amazing to watch him throw that football. My goodness.
I didn't think the Vikings played badly, really. I was kind of hoping, I kept my hopes up almost through the whole game that they were going to come back and beat the Packers. But Rodgers is the reason that they won that game. You're right.
Oh, he was good. And,
he's a great
But, you know,
quarterback.
and to that, though, is the Vikings didn't put any pressure on him. You know, and that's interesting, you know, because, you know, the Hunter kid, the defensive end, I think he's hurt and didn't play, but they did not get much pressure on Rodgers, and he just sat back there and picked him apart. And I
hate that.
You know, and Lazard, you know, the Urbandale boy, he looked good. He had a great catch for a touchdown, and he looked good. And of course, I mean, they've got the weapons up there. They got good running back, and I mean, they're the real deal. They could be a team to reckon with They could be, but everybody always thinks Green Bay is going to win another Super Bowl, and they haven't won a Super Bowl in a while. I mean,
they've been pretty good, Mike.
What's that?
Oh, I don't know. They've been pretty good.
They've been pretty good, but they've had a little trouble getting.
Well,
with a quarterback like Rodgers, everybody thinks, well, he's going to be there again, and he's one of the greatest of all time. And I don't have any problem with that argument, but he's just hasn't been back to the Super Bowl for quite a while. And you know, you got to have a team around you, of course, that's for sure. If
he has the kind of year that he had last weekend, they're going to be tough. Good. And by the way, I had him on my fantasy football team, and I didn't start him.
Oh, yeah.
No,
who did you
him
start?
true to this. Kyler Murray, who wasn't bad himself.
No, he
was
either.
okay. It didn't hurt quite as bad, but not real
some good
smart.
players. We have a lot of good players. I still think Cam Newton's going to have a good year up there in New England.
Good, yeah.
You know, he has all those physical skills. I can't believe he's been around 9 years. My God, time flies.
Yeah.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you can hear St. Edmund tonight at Sunny 99.7. They
Big
went
game.
up to Brett. I had the boys on the air a little earlier today, or the seniors anyway. A lot of the seniors were on. And West Hancock is the defending state champion. And they could have been two-time defending state champion if they wouldn't have got hosed in the semifinals, according to Coach Dillon.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, had a bad call, really bad call that cost them the game 2 years ago. But they're definitely a contender again this year. We have kind of an odd situation in Fort Dodge. Nobody's playing at Dodger Stadium tonight.
Very odd.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
Yeah, I don't think in the years I've lived in Fort Dodge I've ever seen that.
Well,
So-
Beasy, I didn't hear your interview with Dylan, but I gotta believe from what I've read in the paper that West Hancock is Dick Tyeski. I mean, all they run and they don't throw. They got a great running back. I gotta believe we're gonna load the box up tonight and make them throw the ball.
Yeah, I think Rob Jones came in and told me they'd only passed like 19 times.
Yeah,
That's West Hancock.
and you got to stop them on the ground. If you don't, you're toast.
Yeah.
So I would think load up the box and see what happens.
They have a real good kid up there, Cole Kelly, I guess, one of the top backs in the state. And I hope Stonick keys on him and takes him down. But according to some of the other guys in the room, Stonick can't take him down by himself. This Kelly kid is that good because he's just a beast. But the Des Moines school board should be arrested and thrown out of the state for defying our governor's orders. But that's what caused.
Well, the thing that really upsets me is the Board of Control, the Iowa Boys Union, turning down, declining that Bruce kid's eligibility. I mean,
Mahomes got involved in that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He texted him.
He texted, come on, Iowa High School Athletic Association, let the kid play.
Yeah.
Because he's from Kansas.
No, I know.
And, and the judge that they were dealing with also,
Bob Hansen. I know who
he said the kid should play. he wouldn't
Well, what's
over.
the problem?
Well, he didn't overrule. I don't know. Nevin.
He didn't
knows
have the
this.
jurisdiction, I don't think. They wanted injunctive relief,
Yeah.
and I don't think he could do that based upon. And I didn't read. I haven't seen the order, in fact, but he said, "Listen, I can't rule on the merits of this injunction, but I can tell you from everything I've seen, you ought to let this kid play." From what I'm seeing here, now it's interesting because we had the attorney that represents the Iowa High School Athletic Association was in the office this week, so I was giving him a hard time because he and I've been round and round. I've fought this fight 2 or 3 times, so I know the drill. But yeah, he was not in very good humor to talk about it. But
Well, he should get those guys straightened out. I mean,
they're very strict on this.
Well, it's like old man bureaucracy.
It is.
down
It
there
is
that,
an old man
just really irritates me.
I think it's racist. Old white guys. What do you think? What do you think, Dylan?
No,
Old white people.
I don't think it's.
Depriving
But
the
they're
school
hard
kids.
to deal with. I will
They
tell
are.
you, they're very protective of their rules, and sometimes
And
what you
there's-
see is they're so worried about consistency that they forget about common sense.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No
no, that's just
common
where I was
sense.
going. It just, I've had disputes with them that I just couldn't believe it.
It's not
just
the way
couldn't believe
the old. We've always done it this way. It comes into play. Yeah, I mean, it's worried about the
Well,
40
they
below
should
job.
they should be looking to put the athlete first, and it's like, no, we're going to penalize every athlete we can because we got some antiquated rule here.
Well, I think it actually the complaints though came from other ads.
Did it really?
Yeah, I've got that on very reliable sources that's how this whole became an issue. ADs at other schools filed a complaint with the Iowa High School Athletic Association about this guy.
Over this kid.
Yeah, not complying with the residency requirements.
Right.
I think that's the issue. At least one AD, and
Well,
maybe
it's a
multiple.
very unusual year. Can we acknowledge that? or-
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
exactly.
All right, Randy Coleman, Nevin Mulholland are here. We're talking sports. We'll be back. This is AM 1400 KBFD.
Daniel Pharmacy knows it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. The sun will still come up, the sun will still go down, and people will still need their medications. So Daniel's is offering curbside pickup. Call or use their mobile app for script refills. Then head on down and park in one of their specially marked spots on 12th Street. Give them a call when you get there and they'll bring your prescription out to you. They're also doing no contact delivery. Daniel Pharmacy, caring for you and about you for over 50 years on Central Avenue, Fort Dodge.
Dolly, is that different carpet than you had the last time we stopped by?
Why, yes, it is. We got it at Woe's Do It By Yourself shop, and we saved $29. They had a real cheap installer, Harry the handyman. It only took him 6 weeks to get it installed, but we saved another $29.
But Dolly, it isn't tacked down, and where's your carpet pad?
Harry said he could save us $29, and we didn't need it.
Don't be like Discount Dolly. Bring your flooring ideas to the professionals at Jim's Carpet One, where we'll do it right the first time. East on Business 20, Fort Dodge.
This is AM 1400 KBFD, the voice of Fort Dodge 435. I'm Michael Devine. With the weather, it's going to be pretty pleasant. It's going to be a nice weekend and a good week coming up for this time of year, especially for the farmers will love this. We've reached our day's high, predicted high of 67. We're 67 right now. Overnight, partly cloudy with a low of 47. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 70. Sunny with a high of 78. A little windy on Sunday. Monday, it'll be sunny with a high of 81. Tuesday, it'll be sunny with a high of 84. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 84. And on Thursday, sunny with a high of 81. Right now, 67 degrees at AM 1400. KVFD, the voice of Fort Dodge. Obituaries this hour brought to you by the historic Bruce Funeral Home at 923 First Avenue, South Fort Dodge. You may contact the historic Bruce Funeral Home by calling 515-576-5117 or online at www.brucesfuneralhome.com. Charlotte Olson, also known as Peggy Olson of Moreland, died on Thursday at her home. There will be a private service held for her at 10 o'clock in the morning Monday at Our Lady of Good Counsel Church in Moreland. So services for Charlotte Olson, 85 of Moreland, who passed away yesterday, will be held at 10 a.m. Monday in Moreland. Obituaries this hour brought to you by the historic Bruce Funeral Home at 923 First Avenue, South Fort Dodge. You may contact the historic Bruce Funeral Home by calling 515-576-5117 or online at www.brucesfuneralhome.com. sports.com. This is AM 1400 KVFD. We'll be back with sports in a few minutes.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks finishing lower for a third weekly slump in a row amid uncertainty about a fresh round of fiscal stimulus from Washington lawmakers and concerns about tensions between the U.S. and China. Tech-related companies were among the biggest laggards. The Dow winners today, Goldman Sachs, Johnson & Johnson, and United Health. The Dow decliners, Boeing, Microsoft, and Apple, which fell into bear market territory. The Dow falling 245 points, the Nasdaq down 117 and falling further into correction territory. S&P 500 down 38. And shares of Unity Software surging on its first day of trading on Wall Street. The video game software company closing 33% above its IPO price of $52 a share. Unity follows the market debut of software storage company Snowflake, the biggest software IPO in history. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
This is an important message for all current and former Boy Scouts.
The Boy Scouts of America has declared bankruptcy.
If you were sexually abused in scouting, you could receive compensation, but you must file a claim by November 16, 2020.
You may file a sexual abuse claim regardless of your current age or the year the sexual abuse occurred.
Visit officialbsaclaims.com or call 1-866-907-2721.
Paid for by the Boy Scouts of America.
When children grow up, their minds are growing too. And for some kids, discovering who they're going to be is a challenging time. At Unity Point Health's Berry Hill Center, we're helping children of all ages overcome mental health issues with a range of therapeutic and counseling services. Kids deserve to feel like kids, and at the Berry Hill Center, we have the tools to get them back on track. Learn more and plan your safe visit at unitypoint.org/berryhill. Know how much you matter to this world.
Mum's the word at the general store, but it's not a secret. Fall mums are in stock now. Choose from festive fall colors and fill your garden and patio with a beautiful variety of cheerful mums. Make sure you stop inside too and check out their full line of fall clothing, including hoodies, sweaters, coats, jackets, jeans, and more. And remember, when you buy from the general store, all proceeds go back into our community to help people with special needs. The general store, 12 North 25th, Fort Dodge. Open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, Saturdays, 9 till 3. When severe weather threatens, keep it here for the Severe Weather Advisor, brought to you by Riley Armstrong Plumbing and Heating. Plumbing emergencies don't usually happen during normal business hours, so Riley Armstrong is here for you 24/7. Call 955-2232. And the Fort Museum in Frontier Village, where history comes alive. Travel back in time and celebrate the heritage of Fort Dodge at the Fort Museum. Book your next special event at the Opera House, too. When severe weather threatens, stay with your friends on the Voice of Fort Dodge, AM 1400 KVFD.
I'm Walter Minga. I live in rural Iowa. I'm a Republican. I've been one for most of my adult life. I even voted for Joni Ernst, but I just can't do it in clear conscience again. She went to Washington and it changed her. So instead of castrating the pigs, she became a sheep. She didn't shake up anything. This time, I'm excited to vote for Teresa Greenfield. She's different. She'll stand up to her own party. She will work with both Democrats and Republicans to get our economy back on track. Teresa listens to people. She'll never forget who she's fighting for.
I'm Teresa Greenfield. Here's the deal. I'll work with anyone in either party, including President Trump, to get our economy moving again. And I'll never forget who I'm fighting for. I'm Teresa Greenfield, running for Senate, and I approved this message. Paid for by Teresa Greenfield for Iowa.
It's the Fall Harvest of Savings Radio Auction Tuesday, September 22nd from 2 till 5. Thousands of dollars worth of items will be from 20 to 60% off. We're talking about stuff from your favorite stores. Stuff for your home. Stuff for your car. Stuff just for fun. And plenty of stuff for your belly.
I'm so full.
For a complete list of our auction items, log on to yourfortdodge.com. Don't miss the Fall Harvest of Savings Radio Auction Tuesday, September 22nd from 2 till 5 on your favorite Alpha Media station.
Always get your go-to with the new $10 Tastemaker from Pizza Hut. A large pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10. Choose contactless delivery or curbside pickup at pizzahut.com. Price higher in some locations. Limited time offer. Availability of contactless curbside and delivery areas. Charges and minimums vary. Delivery charge not tip.
Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green, the iconic cleaning formula known around the globe. Try a Simple Green product today, and if you're not 100% satisfied, I'll refund your money. Visit us at simplegreen.com.
Simple Green. During this challenging and unprecedented time, Gunderson's is here to serve with expert guidance and understanding to each family and their unique needs. We provide options for funeral, cremation, memorial, virtual, and webcast services, either presently or at a later date. We understand that grief does not wait. We are trained to help you walk this path to bring comfort and support. Every life deserves to be recognized and celebrated, whether it be together or afar.
Michael Devine, Nevin Mulholland, and Randy Kuhlman talking sports at AM 1400 KVFD.
That's right. We're talking sports, and of course, we're live today. So if you would like to join the conversation, it's 515-955-1400. If you have anything to contribute, and I'm sure you do. So 955-1400, I think that's been the KVFD number since the late 60s are in there somewhere. Anyway, Randy and Nevin are here. We've covered a little bit of territory, especially our disappointment in local football. But again, St. Edmunds has probably got the game of the season going on up in Brett tonight. They're 3-0, and West Hancock, by the way, is 3-0, but they are the defending state champions.
They're actually 2-1.
Did Brett get beat?
Yeah. Garner Hayfield Ventura beat him in the opener.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
that opens up a little daylight then. But
well, I think St. Ed's could get him tonight, but it all comes down to whether or not they can stop the Russian attack. It's very clear. They've got to be able to stop this back, and if they do, they can win the ball game.
Yeah.
And then if that happens, they could run the table. I'm not putting pressure on Coach Dillon and the Gales, but this is the toughest game they'll have all year.
Well, Drew Schaefer was in here this morning. He's the quarterback of the team, and I've never seen him play. Can he throw the ball or not?
Oh, yeah. It was a good ball. He's one of the top passers in the state in Class A right now. Yeah, he's had a terrific year. And what's interesting about Schaefer is Coach lets him call out of his own plays.
Yeah, I saw that in the paper. I thought, really, I can't believe
Coaches
that.
don't do that anymore.
No, they haven't done that for a long time.
No.
Back when I played, we did.
Yep, we did too.
Yeah, and which was a lot of fun.
I called all the plays.
I called all the plays too when I was playing quarterback.
It's hard to believe.
Quarterback?
Isn't it?
Yeah. Till my senior year.
Yeah.
They decided they had enough.
What was your one-loss record when you were a senior at Humboldt High School over there, Randy? Do you remember?
Well, my junior year, we were 8-0. My senior year.
8-0? Wow, that's impressive.
And then, that we had an 8-game season and no playoffs back then. And
right.
And my senior year, we were 6-2. No, we played 9 games that year. We played the old Lions game. Remember that, Nevin?
Yeah, you played the Dodgers.
We played the Dodgers and got beat.
Tommy Walters was quarterback.
Yeah, so we were 6-3 that year. Yeah, my senior year.
Yeah, I think that was the game Walter set some sort of passing record before that season. I think it was. I do.
He said maybe for the season it might have been, not against us. I mean, he had a good game, but yeah, they were a good football team that year. They had a winning record and good athletes on that team.
Yeah.
Scott Stiles and Randy Davidson and some other guys.
John Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Dodgers tonight are, interesting enough, another rescheduled game. They picked up Marshalltown.
Yeah.
On the road and they'll go down and play Marshalltown, who was supposed to play Des Moines. Or Dodgers, no, who was it? Dodgers supposed to play Des Moines North, weren't they?
Dodgers were, and Marshalltown had Des Moines East.
Des Moines East, and they both got canceled because of the Des Moines schools aren't playing football right now, which is kind of a travesty. And interesting enough, we were talking about Arlen Bruce being ineligible, but get this. One of the stud defensive linemen for Roosevelt is transferred to Dowling.
Because
So and I don't know how that works and what the rule is, but he's going to be eligible right away.
We're gonna come back to that. Let's go to the phones. AM 1400 KVFD. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hey Nevin, this is your buddy Jack. I was on that football team you're talking about there, buddy.
Which football team?
The Dodger team that year.
All right. Jack who?
The bomb.
Oh, what? Bomber. All right, yeah. Well, geez, okay.
Everybody calls me.
Yeah,
I never lived that down. And you know what? When we played you guys, I think I may have tackled you a few times behind the line.
You and everybody else. Generally, Bomber, I'd get done with it. I'd get done with it.
Talking about, and I know we played Humboldt that year when you guys.
Yeah,
you were talking about. I'm sure we did. No doubt about that.
Yeah, you didn't get Coolman, did you?
No,
I don't know about that.
He's too big and too strong.
I've known who that guy is all these years, and I know I've seen him a few times. But he back in our day, he was a damn good quarterback. He was.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I couldn't walk for about a week and a half after that game. I got the crap kicked out of me by the Dodgers, believe me.
Randy's left an impression.
You guys, I just wanted to chime in there. I love hearing you guys, Nevin, and it's always cool to hear about all this stuff when we were kids, man. I'm not kidding you.
Bomber, good to hear from you.
All right, man.
All right.
I hope we can play golf again next year.
I think we will. We will.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Yeah. This is AM 1400 KVFD, the voice for Dodge. Yeah, that was.
So Jack's talking about, we have this golf tournament every year. What's cool about it is that it's not only senior high, but St. Ed's, and we do it together. And it's really a lot of fun. And it just gets bigger and bigger. I think
kind of a reunion type.
It is a reunion every year for a lot of guys. And back when we grew up, we were all good friends.
Yeah.
Half of us were at St. Ed's, the other half were at senior high, but we really our classes happen to get along very well and spend a lot of time with each other. So it's good to get together
I
like
think a
that.
couple of classes before you guys, St. Edmunds and Fort Dodge.
Maybe not so much.
I think there was talk of always meeting in the space between the two schools to settle some disagreement.
Well, when we were growing up, we were pretty equal, so we decided just to leave that alone.
Just leave it all alone. Huh? Leave it all alone.
There were some tough fellows at senior high, but we had a couple guys at St. Ed's that were equalizers.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't one of them, I'd be standing behind them.
Yeah. It's always good to just get popcorn and watch those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got an idea. Once you guys fight, I'll stand over here.
Yeah. Hey, we haven't talked about the Cubs.
Oh, come on, man.
Now the Cubs are on a roll.
Yes, they are.
And we're playing the Twins tonight.
Yeah. And the Twins have been playing a pretty good game themselves.
But they got taken to the woodshed by the White Sox, who, by the way, I hate to say it, but maybe are becoming one of the best teams in baseball.
That happens. Yeah, a team gets taken to the woodshed.
So how many games? You know
what?
The White Sox are in the playoffs now. So
yeah, they are. There are Cubs got 3 against Minnesota, 4 against Pittsburgh, 3 against the White Sox. That's it.
Ooh.
So they got playing the Twins and the White Sox is no walk in the park,
right.
by the way. Pirates is a nice draw, but who knows?
Yeah.
But the Cubs are playing well. I think we've won 4 or 5 in a row. And the Cards have been going down their leg.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're 5.5 up.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cards have been a non-factor this year.
Well, they've had our, we split with them this year. We struggled with them.
Who got the no-hitter not too long ago?
Mills for the Cubs.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Was that the second no-hitter that the Cubs threw this year?
No.
The White Sox threw one.
The Sox threw one?
Which is maybe a record where I think this is the first year where that's ever happened, where a White Sox starter and a Cubs starter both threw no-hitters in the same year.
Yeah.
For some reason, a no-hitter makes me think of Jake Arrieta with the Cubs because that's the only baseball game I ever watched front to back that had a no-hitter, and it was Jake Arrieta. Is he still with the Phillies, or what happened to him?
You know what? I think he may be, but he may be hurt. That's a good question.
He's been pretty quiet.
He threw 2 that year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I remember
the second one that I watched was the Dodgers.
Same here, and it was very exciting.
It was.
Very exciting.
Dodgers had a good team and still have a good team. They can't seem to push through that World Series thing, but
you think about it right now. It's just crazy because we didn't have any sports in the spring and the summer.
Yeah.
Now we got the NBA playoffs going.
That's insane.
We got NFL football, college football. We got Major League Baseball. And we got the U.S. Open in golf all going at the same time. And the U.S. Tennis Open just ended last weekend.
And I'm encouraged by the fact that they're still going.
Yeah, I am too.
I mean, they have really taken significant steps, to make this work. And it has worked so far. I just hope baseball can get to the bubble and hopefully
Are they going to do a bubble?
they are going to do
they?
a bubble. Yeah, playoffs and what have
Where
you.
at?
Texas.
Is that right?
I believe Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
But Kyle, so far so good. And if college football can make it, anything can make it.
Yeah.
That will be the true test, I think.
Yeah.
I would think college basketball will be easier to do, what you need to do to be safe. So
I'm not right with the University of Iowa and their decision not to bring back the 4 sports that they just cut. I think that sports are educational. I mean, we've talked about it plenty of times before, and they've cut a part of the education program.
It does make you scratch your head a little bit, just because all they're saving is $5 million.
yeah, it doesn't seem like enough.
We're going to have a $75 million deficit. So we cut 4 sports is going to save us $5 million.
Has Kirk Ferentz got another son that's coming up, needs a job or something? Is that what that $5 million is for?
You're so
boy.
bad,
You look for any way you can to
You're
cheap
just
shot
trying
Ferentz.
to get
yeah.
under his skin.
My gosh.
I'm sorry, Ray.
I'll tell you, get this though. I mean, Minnesota cuts their track program. I mean,
Minnesota got their track program.
Their men's and women's track. I mean,
just for the
that's
year,
always
or?
been it's not a major sport, but it's just one step below it. It's not like golf and tennis. I mean, not to put them down, but track has always been
track is college sports.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly.
It's part of the tradition. You're
mean-
right. That is. Are they going to bring it back or not?
I don't think so.
I'm telling you what, once you cut them, you
hard to
don't
bring
get them
'em back.
back.
Get 'em back.
The 80s don't want to screw with them. It's just another cash outlay.
That's irresponsible.
I thought,
but that's the way it goes.
but the Board of Regents, the alumni for the swimming team and stuff, they put this plan together. They want to come up with a plan to reconstitute the program, raise some money and stuff like that. They appealed to have a meeting with the Board of Regents just to share their plan, and the Board of Regents wouldn't even let them have a hearing in front of them. I mean, what's with these people? I mean, the arrogance, for crying out loud. Even if you want to turn them down, let them come in and talk to you at least. They wouldn't even let them come in and talk to them. I mean, it just drives me nuts. These almighty governance organizations that have,
Liberals.
and it's just
that is not liberal. Don't blame a liberal for that.
Okay. I think that sounds vaguely authoritarian to me. So I just we just got 5 minutes left. I'm trying to stir it up here a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's
no, that's strictly from an educational standpoint. That's irresponsible.
That's too bad. And Iowa State's tennis team, I think, was ranked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, weren't
and
we
they
going to
got
have the swimming?
the top 20, I think they were 20th.
Weren't we going to have the swimming?
National
It's
championships.
national championships. I think they're
In
still
Iowa
having
City.
them there, but we're not going to be able to compete.
And they just built that new.
Well, it's been a
facility.
few
Well, they
years.
could compete. It's this year,
Oh,
isn't it?
Yeah, it is this year. Are they
2021.
still swimming this year?
Yes. they
Oh,
are.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are.
How many years since they built that facility?
I think it's under 10 years.
Yeah, it's under
old.
10 years.
But it's quite a facility. I mean,
And they're just going to use it for a swimming pool now, or what?
yeah, recreational swim.
I don't know.
You can go down there, get on your,
But it's
your mat. And,
I have to laugh though. I mean, and we don't have enough time. I wish we had more time, but I thought what Jamie Pollard did was you talk
with
about
the
sticking it
C.Y.
to his
Stevens.
president. I'm sorry. His president flip-flopped on him on that 15,000 seats with the fans.
Mhm.
So he says, fine, I'm going to start cutting sports and we're shutting down C.Y. Stevens, which really upset, the faculty and everybody else. And he says, hey, there's consequences of these decisions. You didn't care about my football team until I had to shut down C.Y. Stevens. And it's interesting because they're mad at him now, but I just said, he's got some kahunas to do that and take on that establishment on the
Who
other
is the
side.
president now? Wendy Winterstein? Is
Something
that-
like that, yeah.
No, sir. You're right.
Yeah. And, when that decision was made, 2 nights before, she was in total agreement with putting 15,000 people in the stands. And then when he publicized it and it came out in the paper and there was a lot of pushback, she bolded and changed it and independently on her own just said, nope, we're not doing it. No fans. And so then he says, okay, I agree with your decision because you're the boss, but guess what? We're shutting down C.Y. Stevens. And
Well, they use C.Y. Stevens for a lot of things. So I mean, the drama department's over there. There's always something.
oh yeah, that's a great. But they run a deficit, and the athletic department was picking up the deficit on it.
By the way, I believe the drama department and in departments like that are educational and important too.
Absolutely.
And they should be kept, and swimming should be kept, and Iowa State should bring back a baseball team. As you say, it's never going to happen.
Well, I mean, that would all be great, but it does come down to dollars and cents right now in
It
very
does.
difficult times.
It's
I mean,
tough.
you just, $100 million deficit. That's mind boggling to me.
Well, the Hawkeye baseball team is on the field. They're practicing right now. I've been watching video of it. It just looks great.
They're doing fall practice in baseball,
yeah,
are they?
in
Wow.
baseball, yeah. They got a great field down there. I've never been to a Hawkeye baseball game.
Oh, haven't you?
No, but I'm going to go.
It's a nice venue.
Yeah, it looks nice. I've never
nice
been to
venue.
a game there either, but it's.
I mean, I've been there in a couple of decades, but and they've fixed it up even better. But it's a nice.
You haven't
nice
been on the
venue.
baseball field. You've been down in Iowa City, haven't you?
Oh yeah, but I haven't been in the stadium for a couple,
Right.
probably 20 years. But
Oh.
yeah, it's these are tough times for athletic departments all over the country.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much that playing TV will. I mean, it'll make a dent. Hopefully, it won't be 75 million for Iowa now with TV revenue, but it's still going to be big.
It'll be helpful, but it's a big. It's not going to. Yeah.
And Barta came out today in the paper and said he's not changing his mind. So he's shutting down those sports, those 4 sports.
Now you're talking about Iowa State or Iowa?
Iowa.
The sports they.
This is Bruce Harrell.
No, Barta said it.
Oh, Barna. Does he do that without Harold?
No.
Well, he kind of makes a decision, and Harold kind of says yes or no to
Well,
it.
Barta makes a recommendation, then Harold makes the decision as whether they implement it or not.
Yeah.
I presume.
Yeah.
All right. Randy Kuhlman, Nevin Mulholland has been our guest. Thank you, guys. This is AM 1400 KVFD.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talked to Monica Starks, who needed to hire for a pivotal role at her company, GS Group.
As the owner of a construction company, finding the right people is a very difficult task. So I use ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology identifies the right people for your job and actively invites them to apply, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. Monica did, and that's how she found Lamont, her new project superintendent.
The job is so perfect for me. I had a career breakthrough. I would have never found this job if it wasn't for ZipRecruiter.
With ZipRecruiter, we've hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists. With ZipRecruiter, we get hiring results.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Every great sandwich should start with a great bread, which is why Country Hearth bakes their breads the old-fashioned way, with toasted whole grains and natural sweeteners, only the best stuff to fuel you and your family. So whether it's a PB&J on Kids' Choice whole grain white or an avocado and tomato on toasted Dakota-style 12 grain, Country Hearth has a delicious, nutritious bread to build it on. Country Hearth bread. How do you sandwich?
This is Gary Rima, the voice of the UNI Panthers, and you can listen to exciting Panther sports right here on the Voice of Fort Dodge, AM 1400, KVFD, Fort Dodge.
President set to hold a rally this evening in Minnesota, one of several states where early in-person voting has already begun. His rival Joe Biden is already there, where he continues to hammer the president's response to the pandemic.
In the midst of this unprecedented national crisis, Trump has given up on even pretending to do his job. Almost 200,000 lives lost in the last 6 months.
And Biden said a national mask mandate would save 100,000 lives between now and January. Democrats and Republicans appear to have a deal on a short-term spending bill.
The House is expected to vote next week on a short-term spending bill called a continuing resolution to keep government funded through December 11th. Without new spending authorization, a government shutdown would be triggered October 1st. House Democrats had pushed initially to extend current funding into next year in hopes of a Democratic-led Senate and White House. Republicans preferred a shorter bill. A final agreement also is not expected to include any additional coronavirus funding legislation, and another round of relief spending is being negotiated separately. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The National Hurricane Center says Tropical Storm Beta has formed in the Gulf of Mexico and is expected to be near hurricane strength by Sunday. Subtropical Storm Alpha is now near Portugal. The Hurricane Center has run out of named storms and is now using the Greek alphabet. Wall Street at the close. The stock market extends its decline for a third week. The Dow lost 244, the Nasdaq off 117, the S&P minus 37 points. America is listening to Fox News.
Do business more powerfully during Dell's semi-annual sale. Save up to 45% on Dell computers and servers with Intel Core processors. It's time for you to upgrade to new modern devices with Windows 10. Also, save on electronics and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-ASK-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies